Okay, good afternoon, folks. I hope everyone is well. It is the 8th of the 8th. I can't believe how quick these months are flying by. So I have taken trade already this morning, as you can see. An absolute beauty, in my opinion. Two lovely legs down and a second entry long. I couldn't take it on my other trades, but this one I can. This is interesting.
Order submitted.
Come and get me. It's gone too far. Oh, that's a shame. Damn, missed that one. That was a lovely trade.
Order cancelled.
That's a shame. Two lovely legs down. Nice second entry long. That was an absolute pearler. Missed that one. That's a shame. That went for about, well, plenty enough, I think. Let me have a look. What did it go for? So tick above it went for 4.75 points. Now I'm going for 3 at the moment, and that would have worked quite easily. That's a shame. So let's just mark that up as a missed. That's a shame, that. Second entry long, missed. That is a shame. Speedy, how you doing, bud? Yeah, shame about that. It didn't make a new high, but it went up plenty just to catch the top. So, leg and a leg. I'm not interested. And I took a trade here on the 1-250 account. Love that as well. Second entry long, plus 2 legs back. Clearly touching that line beautifully. And usually after a push like that, we make a new high, come back and continue on up. So that was an absolute beauty. So what's going on here now? So good start. Shame about that. It went quick. It was right at the open anyway. Generally, I don't trade the open as a rule, but I like that much. I thought that was going to work. There is another second entry there. Leg back and a leg back. That's very tempting, but I'm going to sit out of this one. Yeah, it's just losing a little bit of steam, I think, for me. Never triggered anyway. So, okay, so we've had a break and an attempt at a new high. So let's have a look at this. Are we start going to go sideways? Let's leave that for now. Yeah, I really like that. I thought that was an absolute beauty. I was gutted I couldn't trade my other ones. 1 leg back, 2 legs back, second entry long. There's going to be a load of traders trapped up here, especially with a failure. I really like that. And it went beautifully. It went for a lot more than I took it for. What did it go for? I bet it went for 10 or 12 points, didn't it? Something like that. Oh yeah, and the rest. 16 points. So, good start to date. Now, I did take a trade about 1 minute after we finished last night, which I really liked. Mac marked it as well. Let's see if I can find it. There was a 2-legged one as well. Where was it? It was down here. Where was it? I can't remember where it was now. Okay, it was there. That trade there. We had a channel down there. 1 push up, 2 pushes up. Love that. Lower high, trapping the longs. There's a failure there. There's going to be some longs in there 100%. And this here, 2 legs back on my other chart, looked absolutely perfect. But I couldn't trade because it just ticked me over the 6 o'clock UK time, which I was gutted because that one was an absolute beauty. But Mac did mark that lower high, and he marked that one as well. It was so damn bearish, wasn't it? But that one worked perfectly, straight down, no end. And that one would have done as well. Obviously, it was a lot better on another chart. But I just had time with that one because we're on 6 o'clock there, so I just had time. So I took what did I do? I think I got a 2.5 points, which got me about 125 minus fees. So I think I was about 110 up for the day, 100, 110 per account. So it didn't turn into a terrible day after all. Right, what's going on here? Have we got something else on there? Mind you, when you look at it like that, you probably wouldn't have taken that, mind you, at the time. So it does look like, well, mind you, there's a triple test there on that bar there and there. So you've got to be careful there. This thing doesn't come flushing down. Second entry really down here. So that ATR's it's coming down quicker. I've still got it on one contract until it comes down below 3. I'm leaving it at one contract. I'm going for one contract and 12 ticks as opposed to one contract and 8 or 10 ticks, because obviously the bigger bars basically, so bigger risk, bigger profit. So do you know something? Remember I mentioned triple test there, big bearish bar there which triggered, and it never stopped that out. You noticed? 1, 2, 3, triple test, massive bearish bar, triggered it. It's going to pop up now though, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to say, I thought when it goes up, it comes down. If you can get into a trade there, that's going to push. There was one there. Once it got above there, you were going to get some points, I think. But it's just a little bit too far from that EMA for me. But I'm pretty sure you would comfortably get points there. Not that comfortably, to be fair. 2.25 points. Well, look at that turn there. So I'm staying out of a long year because although I've got that, it looks to me like it's going sideways. So I'm just going to sit tight here just a quick minute and give it a chance to sort itself out. Leg down, leg down. Trouble is, if this is a channel and we got 3 touches there, we're coming further away there and we're coming further away still. When we start to lose that momentum, we usually have a break and we're out of this channel now. So I think it's operating more now either as a break or a range. So if I'd have seen that, I probably would have taken that. It'd have been risky, but at the time, we didn't really have that channel. But I'm sure it would have gone for enough points. Yeah, comfortably. It went for, yeah, plenty of points there. So that second entry long did work comfortably. One-on-one, 4 PAs, mate. Good on you, bud. Good enough now. Good. Yeah, I know what you mean. If you're doing well, sometimes you're better off go and enjoy your day, aren't you? I know what you're saying. It frustrated me yesterday to take a loss. And do you know what? I had to think about yesterday. I always process the day. And that trade I took that I lost. Now, part of the reason why I took that is I noticed Thomas took it. He put I'm in, and I think Taylor took it as well. Now, I wouldn't have taken that normally. One, because of the overshoot, and two, because of the congestion. But I thought to myself, I had that little voice in my head thinking that said, Thomas knows better than me. And I jumped in. So I won't do that in future. Because if you look at the trade, it's clearly congested. Clearly. Where was it? It wasn't here. It was further back, wasn't it? In fact, I think it was before we pushed up, wasn't it? I can't remember now. Where was it? Was it here? No, it wasn't here. We had to. Oh, it was here. That one there. That was the bar there, yeah. Now, we'd had a bit of an overshoot there. Now, I'd have never normally taken that. Look at that. Look how congested that is. But Thomas took it. I think I can't remember whether Marco took it or not, and Taylor took it. Now, I thought, I'm obviously missing some, and they're more experienced traders than me, but I wouldn't have normally taken that. Not that I don't think it might work, purely because of that. As soon as you get that, it just makes things so much more riskier. But I thought they know better than me, and I went with it and ended up taking a loss. So note to self, if I don't think it's right, don't take it. So it just goes to show, doesn't it? Copying people, even though they're a lot more experienced than you, isn't always the best form of action. In fact, it's probably the worst form of action. How you doing, Jay? How you doing, bud? Yeah, I don't normally take trades just for the sake that other people, but the fact that Thomas took it, and I know he's been trading a lot longer than me, and Taylor took it, I think Mark did, I can't remember, and a few people did, but straight away I looked at that and thought, that's way too congested, and then I just had that, well, you know what I mean? That trade bounced 3 times, yeah, it did. Yeah, I wouldn't have normally taken it, but I just happened to glance left and I saw Thomas say I'm in, and I'm thinking, am I missing it again? Because whenever I see him take trades, he always wins them. And then when Taylor took it, I thought, no, I'm making a mistake here. Let's have a go. But it just goes to show. But it's clearly congested. There's no argument. It's clearly sideways. Not a bit, a lot. But that's fine. I don't mind making these mistakes as long as I get some sort of value out of them. And the value was, don't copy other people. Yeah, copy other people if you're not sure about what the trend's looking like. Because that's not a major issue, but just because someone else is in a trade doesn't mean I should. So I don't mind losing it because it taught me a lesson. So, but there you go. Yeah, it is, mate. It is, yeah. I don't often do it, really. The only time I'll really copy Thomas on anything is just to check my channels. It's just, how's he got his, especially if I'm not sure. That to me is clear, but yeah, if I'm not sure, in fact, most of the time, I'll have my chart before he puts his picture up. So the one I took the other day after the overshoot was a very bad trade, yeah. How many times have you heard me say, whenever you get an overshoot, avoid trading in that direction? And I broke my own rule. After the overshoot, I went short, and I got stung for it. But it taught me a lesson. But I did take a trade literally 30 seconds after I closed the stream yesterday. Yes, I do, bud. Yeah, I like it because it gives me chance to just check my charts against other people's that are more experienced than me. That's mainly what it's for. I don't know why I have this confidence issue really, but I think because of when there's so many failures in trading, sometimes it's very hard to have your confidence. But now A3 printed on the wall. Yeah, you got to do those things, haven't you? The PA fee, are you sure it's lifetime? I thought it had a deadline of $85. Okay. Excuse me. So when you got a PA fees, you've got 2 options. You've got $85 per month or a one-off fee. Now that one-off fee varies depending on the size of the account. So the main accounts I use, I think they're the most popular ones, are the $50,000 accounts. So the lifetime on a $50,000 is $140. It's a one-off payment. You won't pay it again. And then it's $85 per month. Now, as you climb up the account sizes, that one-off payment starts to get larger. But there is an offer, as you can see at the top of mine at the moment. The 150, 250 and 300 are at a special offer at the moment. They're all $40 each for the evaluation. And if you pay for the lifetime fee, it's a one-off payment of $85. So you'd be daft not to, really, because it's the same price as the monthly. So yeah, this is just something an offer they've got on at the moment. You're welcome, mate. But the normal 50 ones, if you think you can keep an account longer than 30 days, pay for the lifetime one. Because if you pay $85 today, in 30 days, they'll charge you another $85 as opposed to a one-off payment of $140. But obviously that depends on how you trade. I know, what's his name, goes through a lot of account. Alpine Trader just goes through dozens and dozens of accounts, so he only pays the one-off payment, but he trades a lot more aggressively. He took that triple test, that one there. My only slight concern is we've come up from the highs and we've struggled to get up twice, which is why I left that. And also we got a little leg and a leg down, so where's this going now? My concern is the first push we've only got to here and come down. The last two pushes we've only got 2/3, 3/4 of the way up. So I think this is a trap. This long, if it triggers, it's not trigger anyway, I don't think. So there is a possibility that we are making some range tops here. That's going to get stopped out now, but I'm assuming you've got your points, haven't you? It's gone up 5 points, isn't it, or 4 points? So I'm pretty sure that's going to take that out. I don't think it would have come down that far if it wasn't. But if you're going to go long, that is the type of bar and where it is to go. And it may hold, but the two pushes up there only to this level, that's raised alarm bells for me. Yeah, that's fine. You've got plenty of points at the moment, haven't you? So it's, yeah, you got 3.5 points easily there. It may still go up. That's about as solid as you can get. The bit that's making me think about not longs at the moment is these two highs. They haven't gone up there. Sometimes we have a channel down and a couple of attempts to go higher, it gives up and the thing comes down. So I think now, channel down, one attempt to go high, second attempt to go, I think this is going to fail and come down. That's my guess. Purely by, it seems to be losing momentum. So channel down, one attempt to go high, second attempt to go higher. I think this is coming down. It definitely seems to be losing the upward momentum at the moment. So let's see if it finally takes that out. I think it will do. You can just see it's struggling there, and it went up there and turned really quickly, and it had a second go. If you take a look at the 10,000, I keep it over here now, mate. As you mentioned it the other day. Looks long. Not anymore, yeah. It doesn't, does it? It just goes to show how bloody quick that market can swap round. But for me, we've had this, and we've had a break. It depends how you look at it. But the first time we hadn't got nowhere near the top, or the second time nowhere near the top. We come down, not a bad looking long there, to be honest with it, and it did work for a scalp. But you see how it went up and then went towards that midline and just reversed quickly. And we came back and had one more go, and that's it. You know, you're saying traders will try stuff twice, and if it doesn't work, they give up. And not only that, there was actually not a bad looking trade there if you know what's going on. So on that chart, that didn't look too bad. That channel down, one attempt to go high, second attempt to go high, trapping some longs, nice bear bar, and look at that, look at the result. It's also a second entry short. I wasn't looking at that at the time, I was looking at this. But yeah, it's giving up that. So we have got some support down here, so there is a possibility we may be in a bigger range here. I'll keep an eye on that, or it could just turn. Yeah, you can clearly see we're struggling here and here. So that wasn't a bad trade there. It was actually a relatively small signal bar as well. It's about as small as there is at the moment. So if you go a tick below it, 2.5. When was the last time we had a 2.5 point risk? Especially when that ATR's knocking on 4. So until we get under 3, I'm leaving it at 1 contract at the moment. So channel break. So there is a gap here from these 2 pushes, which I think this is likely to come and fill anyway. Let's have a look. A leg and a leg. That would take us down to around about here somewhere. That ATR has definitely come. I looked at it earlier, it was 8, and I'm thinking, oh God, here we go again. Channel down, 1 attempt to go higher, 2nd attempt to go. I still think this is going to come down for another leg, so I'm looking for a shorty if we can, or a lower high. I'd like to trap along there. And then find a lower high. Unless this is the bottom of a range, which I don't think so. It's possible. There is support there, and there is support there, and that's bounced. So push up sideways, which tells me there may be a larger channel at some point in the day, which actually fits beautifully. In fact, I already like that. It has bounced off support, isn't it? Yeah, I can see that. That's quite a fair bounce, isn't it? I like the way that touches there as well. Enough. We came down, we bounced and had 2 legs down and another leg down and bounced here, then touched there. It's fitting really nice on the top as well. So if we can get something down here, or maybe this is a range, up, down, and then work up that line. That's a possibility. So, but this is a bigger picture. So we'll just use this as a bit of a guide. In fact, I'm going to kill the color. So it's just an area of interest. So we're getting up the top of here now. Let's see what happens here. There's a channel with a break and a new high. See if we get a really bearish bar here. Be a lower high I'm looking for. If anything, I tend to avoid this first push, this first one. I mean, we have got a channel break and we've broken these highs, but I want to let you know that I do in fact check. Thanks, mate. I like to pop round some of the other streamers and just wish them luck and say hello. You've got your eye on me as well, have you? That's all right. Nice to look at your competition, isn't it? No, I don't see us as competition. I just see us as just colleagues all trying to fight the same battle, aren't we? Yeah, you doing okay, bud? I know what's at a... I know Alpine had a rough day again yesterday. It's a shame, really, they stopped him doing that strategy because he was kind of a genius at that strategy. And when someone's so good at it, I think they should have... I think Apex should have looked into him a little bit more and said, how can we make this work? Because he was so good at it. I didn't think somebody could be that green trading in that manner, but some people are just good at certain things. Just have to pick a direction. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah, it's one of those things. But he seems to struggle trading normally. It's as if he's had to learn a new strategy, really, isn't it? And he's finding it a bit hard, which is a shame, really. Having said that, he still earned 60 grand last month, and a lot of people, you know, it takes a year to earn that. But yeah, you're right, mate. You're right. Yeah. Mind you, while he's earning money like that, it doesn't really matter what he's doing. Whatever he's doing, he's making it work. So good luck to him. But yeah, 60 grand. Yeah, I suppose there's a good chunk of people in the US who don't earn that in a year. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is, isn't he? Long may it continue. I hope we'll all be there at some point. But what I like about him is, you know, he talks about his struggle. Last year, he never earned nowhere near the amount of money. But it just goes to show when you keep working and you keep trying, things do start to... I don't think you can go from earning nothing to earning money like that overnight. It just doesn't work. You know, your emotions can't cope with it. You know, trading for such a large amount of money, you've got to build up, you know, $2,000, you know, 5,000, 6,000, maybe your first 10, then you blow a few, then you get another 10. And I think that's how it works. It's a case of climbing, isn't it? Climbing up the ladder. You can't just jump the runs, can you? You'll end up slipping. But no, he's doing well. I love hearing about people doing well because I get so many messages from other traders saying, oh, I don't think this trading stuff works. Blah, blah, blah. I've been doing it for a year now and I haven't got a clue what's going on. And they just don't realise that it's a lot harder than it looks. I mean, I gave my job up after a month. Put £5,000 of my own money and lost it all in about 2 or 3 weeks. It does take years, doesn't it? I'm coming up 4 years now and I feel like I'm in the best place I'm in now. I'm not revenge trading anymore. I still make mistakes. I still take naive trades from time to time. But, you know, I'm in the right direction now. And that's the main thing. I was looking for a failure here. Second entry, short stroke failure, but it's getting a bit stacked up there, so it's going to be more sitting and waiting, I think. But yeah, it does take years, doesn't it? Definitely does. Let's face it, if you can earn this sort of money, it's never going to be easy, is it? You know, you're never going to earn that sort of money without putting a lot of time into it. Otherwise, everyone will be doing it. Thomas is finally got my, yeah. I put that on. And then Thomas he put the fat Mac Daddy. I don't know what he means by that, but he's changed his now to the bigger channel. Definitely something larger there. I like that. I believe you need to get the gut feeling of the markets. Yeah, you do. Absolutely said beautifully. It is. It's gut feeling instinct that you learn. And the only way you can learn it is just to trade it every day, and you start to understand the way things work. But things work in a certain way within the markets, as Mac talks about it. It is a language. Now, languages aren't that easy to pick up. You can all ask for, where's the restroom and where do I buy a beer? But learning a language so you can speak fluently does take a lot of years, unless you live in that country and you're surrounded by people who speak that language. It's not that easy. I've tried it myself. And the market as a language. But what I like about it is Mac talks about it is the market as a language, and it also has multiple personalities. Sometimes, price is really obvious and really easy to read, and other times it's just bouncing all over the place randomly, and it's got sort of no real structure to it. But I tend to like these where we get the legs, and we had this leg up, then 2 legs back, and a retest, then a strong push up, and we go sideways. We have a couple of breakouts. We struggle to get up. So I thought we were coming down, and we did. So I do like to talk about what I'm seeing and what I think's going to happen, because it just, it helps me understand that I'm on par and in tune with the markets. Someone else mentioned that the other day, 300 being a round number. I forget what day it was, whether it was something like this, but yeah, it does seem to be an area, doesn't it? It's that round number thing again, isn't it? People tend to like sort of coming out profits or having targets at round numbers. That's the obsessive compulsive in you, that is. It's a big problem with influencers in the space. They are making so much background. It doesn't portray the full, but yeah, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. No, trading's by far the toughest thing I've ever had to do. The only way I can describe it is it's a real journey, and a journey of lots of ups and downs. As I've mentioned in the past, I've been with my wife now since I was a young lad, and I've been with her for 30 years, and she's seen me in tears 3 times. When my daughter was born, when I lost my mum a year and a half ago, and when I blew some accounts, which I'd really worked hard on. So it just goes to show you how much of an emotional effect it can have on you. My wife said she used to dread me coming down. And not that I'd be nasty, I'm not that type of person, but I'd just be grumpy, miserable and frustrated, and you don't want to see your partner like that. But it can affect your mood. It can certainly affect your bank balance. There's no argument there. But unfortunately, there's no way to learn to deal with the psychological side without having some risk. You have to have money in it. Otherwise, you can't flick to a sim and work on emotions. There isn't any there. You have to risk money. And unfortunately, as a retail trader like we are, 1, you've got to fund your own training. 2, you've got to source your own training. And if you end up working for a big city bank or in some sort of investment firm or something, they've got all the expertise, they've got the training, they've got the money, the equipment, and all the program and the backing. It's a lot easier. It's a lot harder for the retail trader like us. We can get massacred. So let's have a look where we could get to. So we've got this area up here. So I'm just going to put a couple of legs here. So I'm going to start there and put that about there. And then I'm going to bring that down to here. So I think there's a good chance that we could get to this area. And funnily enough, it's just above there now. I could probably zoom in and fine tune these a little bit, but I think there's a good chance now. Are we going to do it in this push? Doubtful. But I would like to get closer to this top. But we do seem to be working in that area currently. It's actually not as wide as a channel as you think. But it's quite clear. This first swing, then this bounce here, and it's bouncing in 3 places there. And I don't think the chance of it doing that right there without anybody, you know, looking to take profits here or whatever, I think is slim, I think. So that to me, I think is a channel that I like. So, leg and a leg. Now, we've already had a break there and 2 pushes up to a new high. We've had a little bit of sideways there and we've picked up this side here. So I'm happy that that is a channel. Now, we haven't got to the top here and we're having a break. So the only thing about having these bigger channels that make me nervous is taking second entries off the midline, because there is always that possibility we could decide to come closer to here. I don't think we will. So I'm looking for a second entry long here. We've had a break of this channel. I like the channel because we've had a break of the small one and we've come sideways and started working up again. But this needs to be a good setup. That ATR is still slightly high, so I'm going to keep with my 1 contract, but I'm going to add a few more ticks. So leg, let's come down here a bit further. If I'm not sure about it, I'm going to wait for the higher low. I like the fact that we've got the midline and the EMA there. Okay, that to me is 1 channel. So there is a possibility that this break and the push up. So I'm not automatically thinking about going long here because there's always that possibility. We've had a break and we've already had a new high. So we may get 1 leg back. We may get a steeper pullback, not a small pullback. So I'm going to leave that for now. Channel break, new high, and it is continuing on. But you could go there, but I don't think that's right. But it kind of works in a tier, doesn't it? So I'm not taking a long here. I'm waiting for a bigger pullback. So it could be a larger channel, or it might not be. But I'm looking at the other charts I've got available to me, and I've seen 3 of them from 3 different people, and this is separate, so I'm quite happy about that. I don't mind using other people's charts just to see what I'm maybe missing here. Sometimes you just, you don't know. So regardless what happens, if there's a break from here, we've already made a new high. If not, we've already had a break from the slightly wider channel and made a new high. So all that's played out anyway. So we could get 2 legs down, see what happens here, but I'm not taking a trade here. Alpine is in big trouble. He's lost almost all his accounts in the last couple of days. Yeah, I noticed yesterday. Yeah, he's having a rough time, isn't he? Mind you, you can't feel too sorry for him. He made 60 grand last month. So the thing is with him, he's quite a high... What's the word? A quite high volatility trader. He's quite aggressive in his ways. He picks up lots of accounts, so I won't worry about 2 or 3 days' time. He'll have another 10 accounts on the go. So he'll be right. It's not the first time he's lost accounts. He'll bounce back fine from that. He will. Second entry short there. There's probably going to be some longs trapped there. So there is a second entry short there. How far is that going to come down?
Order submitted.
2 legs up.
Order cancelled.
Yeah, I can't bring myself to take a long there, to be honest with you. We could still have 2 legs up and then down. This thing's so damn wide. So going long here is risky in my opinion. I'd like to see this break this low. There's nothing to stop out here. I can't see any short in that myself. There, yeah, but they've already been stopped out. So there's more liquidity down below here. So I think this is going to push down and take that out. In fact, 1, 2, 3. If that triggers that bar there, you can call that a triple test. So I think this is likely to come down and take out that, maybe that. But maybe not. No, I like to try and work out what I think's going on, but I don't always get it right. But what I will say is there's a lot more long stops available for the pick in there. Took the fail set and entry short. Ooh, I don't like this. It's just too risky, I think, going long here just at the moment. This is a leg with 2 legs up. We're coming down, in my opinion. There's easy pickings here. That's really easy. That's easy. That'll get stopped out. That'll get stopped out. That might hold. But we're not pushing up strongly at the moment, see? So I think a lot of this liquidity here is going to get taken. So there goes your first one. Let's see the second one go. I think there'll be likely more there. Yeah, so that's gone. There was a little spike down there which took out that as well. So it's just too risky to go long here with that channel. We're in the middle of nowhere at the moment. So we've had we've had a channel with a break and a new high. We've got a channel with a break. I expect a new low. Yeah, that to me is a leg. We need another leg in a market like this. That's actually triggered a lower high there. But we've already taken out that and that now, see, so it could go up. But you just can't go long here just yet, really. It's just a bit too risky. You may have got something out of it because the ATR is high at the moment, but I'd really like this to come down. Thing is, it may go up now. It's taken that stop out and that stop out, so a lot of the times it does come down, quick liquidity grab, and then off it goes again. Let's have a look at this thing. I still want to see another leg down, really. Having said that, we've had a break and we've made 2 attempts to go lower. That bar there cleaned out any liquidity, so yeah, it may go higher, but we're kind of in no man's land here at the moment. We're clearly going up. Yeah, so there was a failure there, but that one, it's just too far away, really. That one was obviously the better option because that came down, cleared out these. You got it for 8 ticks. The thing is, with the ATR high at the moment, you'll get away with some of this. See, what did you take? The failure, didn't you? So you took that one. Yeah. So depending on how you got into it, but right from the top there was 2.5 points there. Obviously, if you went that one, What was this one? So a tick above it, tick below it. So the risk definitely getting smaller. And if you took that one, that was a bit easier. But this just looked weak to me. It was kind of easy pickings, and it did. I thought that would hold, but that one, it is frustrating when it takes you out for a tick or two and then goes in the direction, which is why sometimes I give it an extra tick. But I've come to the conclusion lately it just doesn't work much. It used to. I would say 1 in 7 or 8 times it would help you out, but it's just not worth it anymore. Okay, so we broke those highs. Is this thing just darting back up again? So we had a channel, a break, 2 attempts to go low. So it's quite a strong market at the moment. This is, it tried to come down and it reversed. It tried to come down and it reversed. So yeah, maybe that wasn't a bad trade. I still would have liked this extra leg down, but it is very strong. When that reversed and pushed up, did anybody take it? Yeah, a couple did, I think. Marco never. Oh, Sam's in here. Yeah. Sam, which one did Sam take? I think Sam take that one, did he? Yeah, Sam took that one, but that went enough for his 2 points or whatever he goes for. Okay, so this, mate, is an overshoot. This is more sideways, I think. I actually prefer that. So channel the break. There is a possible overshoot as well, but I don't think it is, to be honest with you. Well, we're getting a bit of bouncy here. Yeah, that looks like a channel to me. Right, let's have a look where we zoom out. So this is strong. This is from here. We've gone up 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55 points just from here. So we've gone up over 100 from the bottom. So we're definitely recovering. Let's have a look, see if we can get a second entry long off here. This would look better. Stacked up there. It's triggered. Let's see if it gets stopped out. it is a very strong market. So, but there is always the possibility that this is wider and there is an overshoot. So I'm particular about what I take. In fact, a sensible option would be to take the higher low if you get one. But there's a touch. I like that. Looks nice there as well. That to me is just a bit of sideways, I think. It's a bit of sideways with a fell breakout and then a push up. So push up, little bit of sideways, sort of break out the bottom, which triggered failed and pushed up strong. So I like that. So we got a leg and a leg. Trouble is this channel's really wide, this overall channel, so it could do a bunch of stuff. So maybe that is an overshoot. So let's put that back. Where did I do it from? Can't remember now. I think it was there, wasn't it? See, there is two legs there, I think, on this bigger chart. That looks more like two legs. Leg, break, leg. Trouble is, it's easy to get confused and have a leg. You cut it into two and go long when it's just two legs in one leg down, and then we have two legs up and then another leg down. So in other words, one leg and one leg, but this is just broken into two smaller legs. So I'm avoiding longs just at the moment, because if it is an overshoot, often we'll get a steeper correction, and because this is such a wide channel, it could correct. I was expecting that one too, to be honest with you. But if that is an overshoot, we could have a steeper one down, but I'm just not getting involved just at the moment. It's hard to tell exactly what's going on. We're clearly going up, but I really want to know where our area is. We're bouncing off. So let's see if we have a steeper correction. Let's see if we trap any longs in here. It may actually go up, but I don't think it will. That's not what you want to see, is it? See what happens. It's holding. That's what I'm thinking, yeah. But if it breaks above there, there may be a few stops there. Thing is, because of the volatility, it doesn't need to go that far to make a profit. I'm not saying it definitely will, but I have to be aware of it. Yeah, someone's traded it. The higher low. Yeah, because of this overshoot, see, sometimes we can get 2 legs back. So it's one of those ones I just wanted to wait for. Quite a few took it then. See there, it looks okay, 2 legs down and a higher low. My slight concern is it triggers and comes down. Yeah, it does. Sometimes the trouble is, if you've got that and you've got an overshoot, we know with an overshoot you can have a stronger correction, so we could have a leg, trigger that and come down for a second leg. That's possible. So it depends how you've got this. This, it looks more like a leg and a leg. This, it kind of looks more like it's in one of the leg itself. So I'm a bit on the fence here. I get what people are saying going along there, but, you know, it's hard to say. See, Thomas, that's the thing. Thomas Wade's got his chart like that. So the trouble is, if we do trigger and come down, you're going to think, right, okay, it's because of the overshoot. So it's just one of those things. For me, it's just a little bit more risky. And the trouble is, it's hard to know exactly what's going on here. I'd like a bigger channel just to give me a little better sort of understanding of what's going on. See. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe there's something a little bit more like that. Oh, I don't know. I'm just not comfortable with anything at the moment. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Trouble is, even knowing it's going to go up, because I scalp for a small amount, you've still got to scalp in the right direction, because even though we're going up, we still have these pullbacks and this. It's very easy to go long from one of these. It triggers you and stops you out. My concern there is we've got a channel with a break, and I thought there's going to be longs in here for short, and sometimes it'll do that, tick above it and come straight down and make a new low from this. But this looks like a channel. This looks more like 2 legs back. So when you got sort of conflicting thoughts, it's just hard to know exactly what to do. Look at the things going up again. Look. If that was a nicer channel, then I'd have taken that. But I can't make it fit nice without doing that. And if you extend it there, you're potentially covering up an overshoot. And if it does do that and traps you, you know, and I say what went wrong, and people will say, well, look, there's an overshoot. So I think you have to make a decision and stick with it. And for me, there's an overshoot. And then quite a pullback. So you think leg, break, leg. You know, potentially we could get down here. So it's just one of them things. You either take what you don't. Depends a lot on your chart and how you think. But yeah, I absolutely think there's a measured leg's going to get us up here, but I still kind of need to get in. If I got in here and it came down, it's just one of those things, isn't it? These channels just aren't looking great, are they? Let's try in the opposite direction, see if I can get something. Yeah, it's just not. Maybe I just forget the larger one and just think about the small stuff. Okay. So we got a smaller channel. I like that. Fits okay, I think. Same again, though. There could be a small overshoot. Tough one. Yeah, it's just very bullish, isn't it? Trouble is, it's going right up that centre line. anytime it could drop. But someone's got a runner there. Now Thomas, he'll have his under there and he'll have his here now. So I mean it's gone up 15 points, but I'm guessing that's where he'll have his runner. See if I can get something to fit here. That might not be too bad, actually. I think I can live with that. Yeah, see, when the market's like this is the time to have runners. Normally I don't bother when it's so choppy, but because it's trending at the moment, and we had this big strong push down now, this big strong push up, so it's the time if you can get into a good solid position to hold, I think. It's still kind of ranging, isn't it? But it's in just such a lot wider area. Okay, excuse me, I'm just going to take a quick bathroom break. I'll be a quick minute. See, we had this channel down and we had a break of it, could not make a new low. Had this channel down, had a break of it, could not make a new low. So it's very bullish. Trouble is, the one time you don't give it a chance to make a new low and you jump in long, it's going to sting you. I guarantee it. How's crypto doing? Lovely. Bitcoin's over 58,000. Good. Solana's moving nice. Good. Everything's green. Lovely. Crypto markets are all green. Look at that. Come down, straight up. Come down, straight up. Trouble is, if we're in a channel like that, I can't just take a trade like that. I've got to give it time to break and possibly make a new low, because the one time I do decide to just think, oh, sod it, let's get in, it'll trigger you and stop you out. Market's uncanny at doing that. Just can't do nothing while it's up here. How long have we been going now? In fact, I'm going to take this opportunity to go make a quick cup of tea and have a 5-minute break. Can't trade up here. It's at least got to come to the middle line, or ideally down here. So there's just nothing I can do right at the moment. So I am going to take a quick 3 to 5 minute break. Quick cup of tea, and I'll be back. Okay. That's a quick one. Okay. Boom, boom. See where this comes. ATR needs to come down just a little bit more. Bounce, bounce, bounce.
Order submitted.
Maybe a triple test there. 1, 2, 3. Just going to sit tight here. Just don't like this. We've come so far. I don't like this vacant area here, so I'm just going to sit on my hands just for a minute. It is a triple test, but let's just kill that for now. 1, 2, 3. It may work, but it's just too risky at the moment, I think. If it was strong, it would go up a bit quicker than that, so I'm just going to sit tight.
Order cancelled.
We've got this bit of vacant area here, and we've also got the bottom of a channel here, so there's a channel there. See, bullish bar, pushed up, bullish bar, pushed up, bullish bar, trapped you, came down. Market's got a way of really making things tough for you. It just gives you offerings and sticks a knife in you. So I'm done, are you? So easy to lose again. Yeah, it is. Good on you, mate. Good on you. Have a good day. Sorry I didn't see your comment there, bud. Traps that one out, look, and then pushes up like a rocket. Weird, isn't it? You take that one, stops you out, triggers you, stops you out, rockets up. Just wondering whether that is a better option. Whoa, what went wrong there? Oh. Just reloaded the historic on that one, and it's just made something disappear. Yeah, it was cruel, that, mate. Yeah. Just looked a bit too easy for me. Well, part of the reason I didn't take it is because what I like is the bars on the other two charts look pretty naff, to be honest with you. I hate it when it does that. What's this? What the hell is this thing? Oh, that's the larger one, isn't it? What the hell? Close enough. This is the top anyway. Well, so if this is the channel, the tops of them were struggling with momentum here. It's coming away from that top. And when that happens, a lot of times we'll have a break of a channel. It's losing momentum and it's slowing down, isn't it? So I think we'll have a break here. Now, interestingly enough, there's some support here as well, so it may come down to here somewhere. Bitcoin's pumping again. Nice. Just creeping up to 59,000. Make me some money. Dollar's up 7.5% today. Happy days. XRP have finally got a result from that court case they've been in for years. That's up 22% so far. Doge's up 4%. ADA's up 3.5%. Nice. Okay, what's going on here now? What's going on here? Leg and a leg. Do I want to go long there? Not with that. I think we're going to have a break of this channel. And it's frustrating when it gives you that. My only slight concern is, see, look, we're struggling momentum. Closing at the tops perhaps now. I'm making traps. Yeah, see, there's a really nice looking trade there. Having said that, it is a little bit, we've got 3 bars back to back. My issue is, depending on how you got this channel, there's the top of it, there's the top of it. We're coming away from the top. We're coming away more there. So this is the time where you tend to get trapped. I mean, it's such a bullish day, but at some point, it's going to come down a little bit. So, yeah, someone said they waited. Thomas did. Yeah, it's stacking up now, isn't it? That may work. You may hold on there. I'll be surprised if it does because it's triggered it for 1 tick. If it's a strong enough position, sometimes it just holds. I'll be amazed if this doesn't get taken out. We've got some vacant space here. We're clearly struggling to get up the top. So I'll be surprised if it doesn't. There's going to be liquidity there for sure. Yeah, it has done. So, granted, second entry long. 2 issues over there. A little bit of congestion. And 2, it's coming away from the top. Someone's put, glad I had a bathroom break. I probably would have answered. Yeah, whenever you say that, especially when it does it once and a second time, often it comes back and has a break. Now, it's a really strong market. I thought when we had that, we're going to have a break, and we didn't. I thought when we had that, we're going to have a break, and we didn't. Sorry, breaking a new low, but it just continued on. Such a strong market. But, I mean, that's really strong. But look, we're struggling this time to get higher, and we're coming away. So for me, there's a lack of momentum to the upside. So I think there's going to be traders thinking about, I'm not getting it long till it comes down here if I want to go long. Someone saying they got stopped out. Yeah, there's a few took it. It had alarm bells, that did straight away. One, it's a little bit not enough to keep you out for a trade in the right position, but the fact that that's coming away, and you see it every day whenever that comes away like that, often you'll get a trap there. But I wouldn't be surprised if it does push up now. There is a bullish bar here because there's going to be shorts in there and there now, so we'll see. That second entry long was in no man's land, yeah. See, you know, I'll agree that there's a channel there. It kind of working is a bit messy, but we're at the top there. We're close to the top there. We're right at the top there. So it's having that strong push up and coming back, strong push up, coming back. When it came back to the middle line and pushed up a little bit and came away from the top, came down again, pushed up again, couldn't get up there. So it's not getting enough buyers to push that higher. So for me, buyers are going to hold on And there's going to be some buyers who get in there who are going to get trapped, and maybe even there if that comes down. But for me, whenever we get that, mostly we'll get a break of the channel, which means this thing's coming down. So if you do get into any of them longs, you might have your arse handed to you on a plate. So I stayed out of it. You get used to it, don't you? Now, sometimes in a strong market, it won't make a damn bit of difference. It could have just pushed up, but I've been caught out more times than I can tell you, taking trades like that after it's coming away from the top. Yeah. He's seeing the same thing as me, leg and a leg, clearly coming away from the top. I put that on what did I put on? It's coming away from the top channel, make a break. But yeah, that's what I expect, break of the channel. It's clearly struggling to get up to the top. Oh. But the thing is, you learn that by getting stopped out. And when you get stopped out, you either lose more money or you learn. But sometimes it just works anyway, and it may just continue to rock it up. But it's about identifying when certain things happen, isn't it, in the markets, and staying out of them. There's no guarantees, but most of the time, yeah, that gut instinct about this and seen it so many times often saves your neck. But it's a particularly bullish day today, but just because it's a particularly bullish day doesn't mean you can sort of, give up on some of your rules. And this could be trapping some more longs here. As I say, it may just continue on up. My gut tells me I've been caught out here plenty of times. So there'll be buyers in on there, I dare say, thinking we're going to go up again for another leg. So I think this is just going to come whizzing down now. Take out that one, which it has, and maybe even that one for a second leg. If it gets a full second leg, it'll come down below there. But it's quite a bullish market, so it may not even come down that far. I thought that was going to have a new low, and we just couldn't get there. So this may hold. It's probably about the strongest position you can get there. It's at the lowest point. Sometimes it picks off the weaker ones here earlier, but then leaves the bottoms, the more solid ones alone. Or this may trap some more bulls here. I mean, that is a pucker trap, isn't it? Lower high, second entry short. It's clearly struggling to get up there. Clearly. A lot of support there, and then this triggers you coming down. If I was a gambling man, I'd trade that short. But just because I think it's going to happen, it's not the type of trade I'd take, but I am expecting it to come down. If it comes down below there, there's some more stops there, more on that one there. Leg down, leg down. So that one's gone. Let's see if this holds on here. May do. Sometimes that strong position will. No, it hasn't. So it's eked down. So that's the beauty about seeing it when it comes away from the side like that. We almost always have a break, or at least a bigger pullback. That might be enough. It's quite a strong market, but we have got some support down here, which could bounce off a leg and a leg. If you can get down here, then maybe 1, 2, 3 triple test, leg and a leg, decent signal bar. But it's so bullish, it may push up from here. But if it does push up from here after it's taken out all these stops, it's probably the higher lows the thing to go for. Let's see if this holds. It is right on that key entry point, so it may do. I think the safest bet here, because we haven't got quite down this far, is to wait for the higher low because of this losing momentum here, but it is strong, so it may encourage people to buy there. Someone else took that, got stopped down the higher low. It's just got trap written all over that. Clearly struggling, just gets above it and then down. This one's not looking so good either, is it? Oh, did I just delete? Oh. My legs, didn't I? So we have made a new low from there, so that's encouraging. There is a little channel down there. They're breaking a new low, so higher low is a better option for me, just in case, because we haven't quite come down as far as we could have done because of this. See if we can get a higher low here. It's still struggling to get up. There may be a larger channel down there. Which means it could come down there. It is a lower high, sorry, a higher low, and it may work, but whatever happens, you've got to be aware of that. It's clear, there's a bunch of things that are telling me to be careful here. Clearly sideways. It may work. Clearly sideways. But with a channel down, it's struggling to get up, so it could break above there and come down, or it could just continue on up. Yeah, Taylor just said it's struggling to go higher. It is. That to me, there's definitely some. I mean, look at this thing that's going to take out a shed load of stops there. It's just going long into that is just mega dangerous, especially with this, especially with that the bigger leg, a channel down like this. Yeah, it is. That's what it does. That's what it does. And if once you kind of realise that, you can identify these weaker signals and stay out of them. What I try and do to say to myself, if I was in a trade in the opposite direction, what chance do I think it would have of winning? That's what I tend to ask myself. And if I say, if I think I'd have got trapped, it's usually a good signal. See, there may trap some shorts there and push up now, but to me, we've got distance in a leg here, and there is like a channel here. That big bearish bar has triggered now. So let's see what happens here. So, in fact, do you know what I see? After everything. Let's get rid of that. 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 That's what I see. It's sideways, isn't it? It's funny, someone else has just posted that as well. Almost identical. He's got this a bit tighter. Let's put it there. We've got a small break here. One the other side, which we often get. So we've got this channel as well. We've got a small break of it, so I think it's going to come down here and start working, maybe come towards this before it eventually pushes up. But you see how it's working on that line? It's fitting perfectly. So it is a really strong market, but at some point it's going to go back up. I'll be surprised if it pushes up to there because we're struggling at the moment. If that is a small break, it's not enough to just break and push up. This thing's coming down for me. There is a lower high there, and I actually don't think that's a terrible trade. Although I'm not taking it because it's a counter trend trade, so I wouldn't be shocked if it does come down. It's a lower high, and it's kind of two attempts to push up. So I think that will probably work. I am staying out of it, but I think it'll work. Okay, we're at the bottoms. So channel, clear break, and an overshoot as well. See what we get here. See if you knew that was definitely coming down. I had a fair idea it was, but it's just gut feeling. But look at that. It's frustrating, isn't it, when you see that and you know. So we know we got a potential area for a bounce here. That you may even consider that. Yeah, look, touch. It's bouncing off the bottom with an overshoot. See if we get a higher low here. But it has bounced right there. But it's not pushing up as strong as it may have done. Now it is. It's interesting. So we've had a break, made one attempt to go lower. See if we make a second attempt to go lower, which will be a failure, trapping some shorts. Don't get me wrong, the thing could tank, but that's encouraging. Just going to get an order ready.
Order submitted.
Just in case I want to give it a chance to trap that bar first before I think about going long. So, second entry short. Trouble is, if that triggers now, it's clearly sideways, isn't it? Although it's better on some other bars, I'd like to have seen that bearish bar trigger. You took the higher low, did you? The trouble is, it's stacked up now. I'd like to see it trigger that. That would be a failure then. So it's made one attempt to go lower and a second attempt to go lower. It hasn't triggered yet, or has it? Yeah, it has. If I took those two trades, I would expect to get stopped out. So let's see how this works. It's not pushing up as strong as I thought it might do.
Order cancelled.
Okay, so because of this, maybe we needed a steeper correction. Don't bother skinning your teeth. I can adjust that a fraction to there. Yeah, it's scary being in trade sometimes, isn't it? So it's hard to know what's going on here, but this thing could drop a bit. It's hard to say. I don't know at the moment. It's kind of working out what it wants to do here. It could drop some more. It's hard to say. There is a little bit of support there, so channel break, 1, 2 pushes to a new low, higher low, off that key entry point. Interesting. Trouble is, bar's bloody massive. Do I really want to take that? Not really. I I kind of hope the bar finishes naff. It has. Well, not good enough anyway. You could say there's a triple test there, but I just don't like this at the moment. I thought after it sort of took out that stop there and that stop there, it may push up, but this to me is not acting like I thought it might do. I thought we'd have had a push up by now. But it may work up here. It's hard to say. See, Thomas Wade's got that as a break. Let's have a look. It kind of fits both ways, doesn't it? So, I mean, I think it's negligible touch whether it is a break or not. Still fits nice at the top. Still fitting fine at the top. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. So I think we're borderline at the moment. I'm still not ready to go long just yet. Yeah, that's interesting. That tells me, okay, I can go ahead and just adjust that ever so slightly, but no more. Does that fit? Yes, it does. Still good enough for me, that is. Right, let's have a wee zoom out. So far it's still working. I wonder whether there's something slightly different here. Maybe not. Maybe not. So if you're going to break out, pull back. See, this channel, we've had a break, so I'm still expecting a push up to here. But there's just no entry there, really. If you'd have taken that one, it did work, but it's clearly congested and it's just a bit risky, that. Probably it's such a strong move again, it could end up like yesterday. Could come down there, trap a load of longs, have two legs down, go sideways, exactly the same as it did yesterday, and eventually push up. Where were we yesterday? We had this big strong trend. We had a leg down, a retest, a little bit of sideways, and then it went for the top. Struggled to get that. Was a trade I took. Still love that one. Two legs back, a retest, a push up, little bit of sideways, two attempts to go lower, 1, 2, 3, triple test, and it rocketed up from there. I only wish I'd have held on there. Could have got some nice points out of that. That for me was just a perfect move to clear legs back after this, and then off we go. So that is pushing off strong there. So I'm guessing, I'm happy to say that that fits nice there, I think. Clean this chart up a bit. Fits okay to me, that does, see. So we've pulled back here. We've gone a little bit sideways. We've had a couple of, it's almost like a double bottom there. It's probably not, but it's not far off, is it? And as soon as we've got to here, it's just launched off there. That's like, what, about a 7 or 8 point bar in it. So I'm happy that that chart is larger. Touch perfect, touch perfect, touch perfect. Fits nice for me. Clearly got one leg up. Pull back side was almost identical to that, really. We pushed up, hit the top corner, went sideways, had a little bit of a drop. Couldn't quite get down there and push back up. Now we have managed to get on the line. We're pushing up for the highs. So that channel's played out, or it will do in a second. So trouble is, it's just one of those awkward days where there's not a lot of setups. That one I left. That setup I left because that to me is fitting. Well, it's not the nicest channel in the world, but it's a channel, and that to me was an overshoot. Now you can adjust it, but the trouble is, it's kind of it's kind of relative to the fact you've got to appreciate the fact that if we do have there, we can get a steeper pullback. Now we're in a larger channel here, so we could have a push down with the breaks. There was a bearish bar there which came down for a point and ended up bullish. But I've taken trades like that before, and it's triggered me and come down for a second leg. So you may say there's two legs there, but on that chart it just looks like one. Now on the next chart, one of my other charts, it's quite different. Wherever it is that it there, is it or not? No, it's not, is it? Let me just zoom out. It's quite different. I'm trying to find out where it is now. We didn't get one there, did we? Yeah, this is the one there. Yeah, there it looked very broken. So same place. We're in the same place here. I've got more of a channel there, in which case we've got two legs down. So it doesn't look too bad there. We're going to trap some shorts there, possibly there as well. But on here, it's more of a leg. It's hard to say, really, isn't it? So I've got this overshoot in my mind. Usually, if I get an overshoot, I avoid taking longs in that direction, just in case we get a steeper pullback, because sometimes we'll get a leg down, push up, it'll trap you going along and come down, stop you out, and play out a second leg. Because there is a wider channel going on here, so it's just one of those things, isn't it? But that, if that's the only chart I had, I may have had a go at that. Because I've got a slightly different channel there. Others had that included in the channel, which is this. But then that gives us the overshoot. So it's one of those things, really. I'd rather miss a trade and get it right rather than take a risky trade and get it wrong. At the moment, that ATR is about 3.5, so I'm losing the best part of 4 points on a trade, which is probably double what I have. So I'm playing catch-up then for the next 2 trades. So I'd rather wait for that really clear setup. There's just too many variables there for me. If I can get 2 trades a week on my accounts, that's $1,800 a month per account. And that's with only 2 trades a week. So I'd rather make those 2 trades count. $1,800 a month, I could afford to take $1,500 out of each account and still leave enough in there for the account to grow. So I just tend to... I've been taking a few riskier trades lately, and it's not really paying off. So I'd rather sort of... I was on a 91% win rate up until last week. But you don't need a lot of trades in the week. You know, Mac talks about 2 to 3 a day. It just doesn't exist anymore, really. Not good setups. Not the way it used to a couple of 3 years ago. Yeah, see, Thomas has adjusted his chart now. He had it up here. He had that with a break. It just wasn't a break to me. It fit in too nice, so I put that on and he's changed his. He's got it fitting now, it does. But it's still such a wide channel. And obviously a lot could happen in that channel, but it is important to be aware of these areas, because if you're thinking, oh, they're coming down here, let's take a short here, and all of a sudden it turns up. So is this thing going to continue on higher? That's the $1 million question. There's no reason to say it won't. But we have pushed up and made a new high by about a tick or 2. So I don't automatically want to jump in. Because technically, that channel is now played out. But we have got this bigger one in place. So second entry long I'll probably avoid. Higher low I may have a go at. But it depends. In fact, there was kind of a nice push. See that move there, funnily enough, looked beautiful on the 10,000 tick chart. Look at that. Second entry long. Look how nice that trapped all that lot. Triggered all that and pushed out, finished on its high. I mean, that's beautiful. Unfortunately, nothing for us really. You just can't take that. Okay, what's going on? Okay, so maybe 2 legs down, possible second entry long. Oh, missing something here. Okay, so there is a possible second entry long here. My only slight concern is this. Got to be so careful going long there. Oh my God, what do you do? If I'm not sure, I just don't take it. My only slight concern is, look, 1, 2, 3. We've bounced 3 times there, so that could be a trap. Oh, so tempting. So tempting, so tempting. But I'm going to hold on. There's something I don't like about it. We've bounced off support 1, 2, 3, so I think this is a trap. And the way it's acting now, I'm always suspicious of something that looks too square. So I'll be amazed if it doesn't stop you out. You may get away with it, but that is too far from the EMA. It needs to be down here, really. It's too square. So clearly second entry long, but the context is wrong. We got 1, 2, 3 bounce. Anybody else took that, have they? Oh, Thomas Wade said bad bar for a second entry long. I wonder if anybody else took it. Anybody else? Anybody here took it now? Triggered you by 1 tick come down, so just nothing you can do here at the moment. Needs to come down to here and start working up if I'm going to go long. Yeah, the red bar though, did you? What did I get? Yeah, that's the beauty of having, well, I say beauty. I had a good signal bar on here, but I decided to leave it. It looks too square to me. So if you look on my other two charts, no signal bar on either of them really, but that one actually not a bad signal bar, but it's just square. I just don't like it. You had a bear signal by, yeah, reload your data. To be fair, I don't need to, because I've got three different. The idea is for me is to get three different opinions, and that's the beauty about having the 2000 tick chart, where they're all slightly different. And the idea is, if we get a good setup, it gives me three cracks of the whip. Now that one, definitely a second entry long, no argument, but the context is naff. But if the context had been okay, you know, if we had height up here to push up to, then I'd have had an opportunity to take here, but nothing on either of these ones. Do you know what I mean? So where are we going now? So that's the beauty of having the three charts identical. Well, I say identical. They're all 2000 tick charts, but with the break at end of day deselected, and that just gives a slight variation. You can see that chart there and that chart there. There's a couple of red bars in there. This one there wasn't, so I like the fact that there's a slight difference, and it does just give me three cracks of the whip. Okay, let's see what happens here now. Let's see if we hold. So there's a failure there. Well, technically that's the failure. But I'm just not ready to go long at the moment until we can get below here, because we're fortunately we've got some support here, and we've got this at the bottom of this channel. But I do wonder whether this is going to change. There's going to be a slightly different angle. Why can't I not highlight that? That one I can. Oh, there we go. I do wonder whether there's going to be something more like that as a two-tiered channel. No, that's not the one. What am I doing? Let's just get this larger one out of the way a minute. Two legs up, working in this top tier, two legs down, working in the bottom tier. There is a possibility of a two-tiered channel there. Tough one. Okay, we've still got a channel there. Can't take that because it's in the middle of a downtrend at the moment. fact, it is a failure on that chart, isn't there? But the trouble is, going short into this is risky, really. I mean, there is a possibility of a two-tiered channel there. Well, we still got that larger one. I mean, if anything, we're bouncing off support, aren't we? So, channel break. Right, let's zoom out. Okay, I'll give it one adjust to there. Or maybe two adjusts. I don't like it. I'm not sure. Let's just get rid of it for the time being. Shove that back where it is. It may just be going a bit sideways, I think. Yeah, that's probably the best. Or it could just be a break. But what I will do is just put a line along that bottom where I know there's support. So we're pushing up. One attempt to go lower, second attempt to go lower, and then we could go up. Penguin trade. I see this all the time. I point it out all the time. So one leg back, second leg back. That trade I took yesterday, he took it as well. And that's what I like. Because I always pay attention to what he's saying. So after this big push up, we had two legs back and a retest. Then this was classic Penguin, this was. And I did look at his video and he did take it. So we got a channel up there, two clear legs to go along. That one would have worked as well. When that one pushed the EMA, he caught it on the limit order and was out a bit further up. But that's perfect Penguin territory there. We pushed up. We made two clear attempts. We actually made three, really. But that, to me, was just a retest. Two clear legs down and then off like a rocket. I took that yesterday. Something inside my head saying, hold on for a bit. But I was already down a bit the night before, so I thought, don't be greedy, because whenever you're greedy, you get stuck. And look at that. Could have got a nice bit of money out of that. I would have followed it up each bar and I'd have got stopped out there. Look, 11 and a quarter points. Wow, that would have been beautiful. I'd have redeemed myself. But yeah, I do watch for that two attempts. Leg up, two attempts. and it often works. Where's my thing on? It often works beautifully. So this is something very similar. Clear push up, one leg, two legs. Let's see if we get that. And then hopefully if we can get something positive from down here, it may start moving in that direction. Just trying to see if there is a wider channel. If that comes down to here, if that came down to say here, somewhere around about there, the tops would work. Could we go down any further? Maybe. Yeah, actually, I don't think that's that bad. Let's have a look. Let me get rid of this a minute. It would have to be there, wouldn't it? I don't want it to be there. No, I've screwed it up now. No, I'm not sure about that. There does look like something a little bit less steep. But if I'm never clear, I just bin it and just sit and wait. But we are making some attempts to go lower here. And if we fail, I think we're likely to get up here for that other leg. So that's what we originally had. So still not ready to go long yet because I'm not sure what's going on. Break, two pushes down to a new low. This is more ranging at the moment, so I think it's likely that it's going to come down here. If this is a first break of it, I'm not even considering going long yet. I'd like this, and then maybe a bit more sideways and then a push. Actually, that you could say is a failed breakout. Let's see what happens here. It hasn't triggered there. Bottom failed. Hasn't triggered anyway, to be honest with you. It wasn't bearish enough really there. too risky to take a high low here. If that's all the break we're going to get on this little channel, I'll be amazed. So, do we trap these longs now? Surely. Yeah, trouble is going long here is risky. See, if that's the tiniest break we're going to have and it's going to push up, and what it may mean in that case is maybe there isn't a break. Yeah, it has got a higher low, but that is triggered, so it may come down. So we may have the break might not be over. I'll be surprised if that's all it is. I'd expect 2 legs down at least. Excuse me. Unless we haven't had a break, unless that chart can be adapted somehow. I did try and get something else to fit, because you can see how it's sort of skimming across here. Let's put that there like that and see if it's nice at the top. I've been trying to get something to fit. Maybe it's just there, but we've only touched twice now, which doesn't confirm a channel. So I don't. Personally, I think it's risky going long here at the moment. It's struggling to get up, which means it could come down quick. Slower it goes up, quicker it comes down. And here it comes. Unless there is a wider channel, there may be. I suppose we can adjust this. If it's just a tiny adjustment down here is a massive adjustment there, but I think this is just a channel down with a break and a pullback. My opinion is this is more likely to come down and test these lows. And if it does, that's a goner, and that's a goner. And the fact that it's really struggling to get up, I think it's just going to drop. Fun enough, we're up to that midline there. So you can imagine there's some stops there for sure, and quite likely there as well. In fact, it looks even better on here. Stops there, stops there. That's not enough of a break for a channel this large, really. But anything could happen. You just never know if I'm reading something wrong. But this to me looks like an attempt to go lower. This to me, we haven't quite had it yet. That's the trouble. That's why I like looking at other charts, because it's nice to have an opinion of what other people are seeing. Because if I'm missing something, I could be going long or short into the wrong direction. And whenever it really slowly struggles to get off, it often just dives. Because if you look on here, there's longs in there. There'll be longs in there. That may stay okay, but if we come down to the bottom of the channel here, that'll go. But longs there, longs maybe there, longs there. And it could just rock it up. Who knows? If I've got this channel wrong, it may do. is really struggling to get up. Surely this is coming down. Here it comes. Come on. Push down. I want to get down to the bottom of this channel here, bottom of this range. That to me is not a decent enough break, not for something this large, which tells me we're either coming down for another leg and we're going to have a clearer break, a bigger break, or I've got my channel wrong. So, liquidity there as well. A couple of ticks. Why is something froze? Oh, okay.
Connection lost.
It is a wider channel. There's no reason why that can't go up. Surely this is going to die. There's longs in there. There's longs in there. Let's go there. Came down a minute ago and bounced. It's gonna. There it goes. Okay. Just buy a tick. There'll be some there as well. I thought that was going to move down a bit quicker. It just literally went below there. Well, there's definitely a battle going on. If I was long here, I'd be shit myself, put it that way. Oh, really? Are they any different from these ones, are they, bud? On the two top charts. Let's reload that again. Someone else mentioned that earlier. So there's still long stops here on this chart. I don't know, is this thing going up? Who knows? If there is a wider chart, maybe it is. Okay, it's reloaded. Does it not? No. Does that look any different? Let me just put the chart back to where was the break we had about here, wasn't it? I think. Yeah. Is that any better? Good on you, mate. Yeah, so we got another break. Push up from there. Higher low, just by a tick. Another one there. That took it out, I think, or did it? Yeah, just by a tick or so. It's pushing up. I don't know at the moment. I don't know what's going on. Anything I can think about is there's a slightly wider channel. Let's see if this fits somehow. It actually fits. If you notice, that bull bar from earlier is now bear bar. Oh, look. Oh yeah, it is, yeah. Strange. See, it fits now. I put it there. That's the trouble. You do a micro change down here and it can work. So I don't know. The trouble is, it worries me anyway when it's really slow like that and pushes up. So we had 2 attempts to go lower, didn't we? So 1 attempt, 2 attempt. We didn't get down as far as I thought we may do there. But still 2 clear attempts. But then it struggled. Usually when it pushes above there, it works. But clearly struggled. Now we're on the go. We're okay now. But this sort of stuff, there was definitely someone trying to protect something there, wasn't there? And once we've eaten all those stops up there, these lot are trapped. The thing's going up again. Where's this? So we're not far away from this measured move now. 30 points thereabouts. Ah, where's my rhythmic? My rhythmic has disappeared. Thought something was missing.
Connection lost.
Where's that come from? Where's that come from? Slow day today, I think. We're on 2 hours 40. So, my guardian angel allow me to trade for another 40 minutes. A strong push up today, but very messy, very choppy. It's done it again. Why is it closing down? Anybody else's rhythmic closing down? Why does that shoot onto there? Oh, slow, 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 slow. It actually fits better if you think about it, because what I like, as well as touching there, it touches to there perfectly. Touch, touch, and then straight down and a bounce. Uh, what to do? Trouble is, with this channel we've pushed up, we're clearly coming away from this side. And now we've had a break and failed. I'm really at a loss to know what to do here. What I will say is it looks pretty much sideways with the exception of that a little bit lower, but it's still going sideways. And that looks like a failed breakout. We're building up some support there. We've sort of bounced off it a few times and dropped. So I think for me, let me have a look at the 10,000, see if that gives us anything. So 2 legs back and a push up and a new high. So let's have a look at this, see if this is any different. Doesn't really give us much, does it? Although there is some space to the side. So 2 legs back and a push up. Is that bearish bar triggered? Yeah, so it's not really giving us a lot, is it? Could go up, could come down. What I will say is we've had a leg and a leg. If there is some sort of a channel, it's keeping itself well hidden. Because I can't figure out where it's doing. I don't know. Perhaps it's just gone sideways. It's at the bottom there, and then off it goes again. But I don't think you can go long or short here at the moment. The trouble is, we've bounced it off the top of what looks like a range. It's clearly going sideways, but we've bounced on what looks like the bottom of a channel and had 2 legs up. So whether we're going to come down here and bounce again, I don't know, because if it's struggled to get towards the midline on that push, it's struggled again. Yeah. Not a clue. Okay, there's kind of a lower high there, but it's not really. I like the way it's come back and retested the underside, but that concerns me. Can't really do nothing here. Bigger picture is quite lightly working there. We have bounced there, there and there. We bounced a couple of times there. 1, 2, 3 times there. So I'm quite happy that that's a channel, but there's a lot going on within it. So we've gone sideways until we've picked up. Let's get rid of that. We've picked up the bottom line and had 2 legs up, and we've got a pull back. So whether this is just going to gather some steam and push up some more, I don't know. Because you can adjust that ever so slightly and say you've had a break there, 2 pushes up to a new high, so we could get 2 legs back, and this may go, it could do a bunch of stuff here. So it's just a little bit unclear as to what exactly is going on here. So if you went long or short, in my opinion, it would just be a punt, because I'm not really so sure what's going on. We know there's likely a bottom of a channel here, so if we had a leg and a leg, that would kind of take us down there. But is that going to happen? Who knows? So we got a leg down, 1 attempt to go higher, 2nd attempt to go higher. Is this going to fail and come down? Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. That would be just guesswork. What I will say on this chart, there is a second entry long here, which is triggered. So there is possibility of a failure there because we have got some distance down here. But it doesn't look like it's trapping it. It looks like it's pushing up. We're nearly at 2 points now. I don't think there's a channel there. Not really. It's getting a bit hard to read, really, isn't it? It's a bit all over the place. I think that's as good as we've got, in all honesty. Nice to see what Mac's got made all of this. In fact, someone's just put something on. I don't like it, but it is the type of chart that Mac would mark. Sometimes his charts are a bit odd. Where's it gone from? Is it there? No, surely not. It's after that big push up. Is it there? No. How big's the move then today? It's a fair old chunky one. We are coming up to some support here, which funnily enough is where that leg is, so I think it's likely we're going to get up here. How big's that move? It's got to be 100 points, isn't it? Oh, Christ, easy. And the rest, 150 nearly. Yeah, 150. Good thing about that is if you do take runners and you can get something there, look at that potential. You'd probably get out here. I doubt you'd hold back for that much. If you had a prop firm you held back for there, that'd wipe out your, what's it? Yeah, quite likely. Leg a leg. Okay, I'm just going to nip off just for a quick couple of minutes. 2 minutes, I'll be back. Okay. It's hard to know what to do here. Leg back, leg back. Can't really go short here, I don't think. It's kind of like leg up, leg down, Well, there is this area that it could come down to. I don't know at the moment. Oh. It's just so slow. Top step, allow big gains, and they do not have trailing drawdown. Would be nice if Apex did something similar. I'll tell you something, I think Apex have got something in the pipeline. They know they got a bit sort of damaged lately with some of the stuff that was around YouTube about these denied payouts and all this sort of stuff. So they put something out a while ago, didn't they? Maybe a month or so ago, about taking a vote on what changes they would like to implement. We also know they're doing something to sort out Rhythmic or getting their own server. So I think there's a lot of work being done in the background. And I think they're going to come out soon with hopefully something that'll sort of bring a bit of confidence back. I mean, I'm confident, you know, I've got no worries that I won't get paid. But they could probably do with some good news. I think they've taken a bit of a battering from, you know, some YouTubers lately. But I have a feeling things are going to get better. But we haven't heard much lately, have we? So hopefully it'd be nice to get a little, you know, keep us in the loop what's going on in the background, because usually Darren Martin will make a video once in a while, won't he, and just sort of reconnect and just let us know what's going on and so on and so forth. But we've had nothing really, so people, you know, they read a bit of bad news and they get a little bit concerned. So I think sometimes you've got to put your customers' minds at rest. So there's kind of like a lower higher kind of failure, but it's not really giving us much. I think if you went long or short, it'd be a bit of a punt. I mean, we could get down to here. So I'll tell you what, I had a look at My Funded Futures is another one that I might have a look at. I know Wilson's, I was chatting to him earlier, and he's taken some. Now, they cost a bit more, but there are certain things that I don't think other prop firms have, so I'm going to take a little look at that over the weekend. In fact, I'll make a note to let you guys know what I've come up with and what I think of them, and I'll find out a little bit more about them. Some of you may already use them, but I like the fact that they've got their own kind of what's going on there? They've got their own sort of journal, which tracks all your trades and all this sort of stuff as part of your your sort of desktop. So I'm going to look into that over the weekend and find out what they're about. But I like the fact that you can have quick payments as well. You can get paid daily, I think, if you want. But I think it's always nice to have a backup just in case. Have you heard about fast track trading? No eval? Yeah, I did. Somebody messaged me a few weeks ago. I forget what it was now. It costs you, doesn't it, 175 or something like that, which is more or less the same price. Yeah, somebody mentioned something to me. So I'm going to have a look over the weekend. In fact, I'll look at both of those, My Funded Futures and Fast Track, and see if I can get a feel for them. But I know Wilson's done some, or he's doing some. And I had a bit of a couple of messages backwards and forwards with him earlier about it. So interesting. The thing is, so I mean, look at this. How many more times can we bring this flipping channel out? Trouble is, you keep expanding, or is there something kind of new going on? Maybe there may be. That probably doesn't look terrible. Trouble is, if you like that, you're likely to go long here, and this may be a break. I don't know. I'm finding things hard at the moment. It's not very clear. There's a lot of chop and some quite erratic moves, and it's kind of curving, isn't it? So it's not really giving us. It's a choppy old day, put it that way. Yeah, it's funny that someone's just, who is that? Taylor's just literally posted this. 33. Yeah, literally just. So he's just put that the same as me. So that's encouraging. But the trouble is, if that's a channel, you're going to be looking to go long gear. And I have a feeling this is going to come down. I don't know. I think it's a bit early there. We'd have 3 touches to confirm, and this hasn't finished yet. And it's already a 20-tick bar. See how it finishes. So what I will say is we've got a channel with a break at a new low. Oh, I just don't know. I'm not sure about this. It is very much sideways. This could come down a bit. Breakout here. It could come down towards this area. I'm just not a fan of this at the moment, just where it is. It's more sideways than that. Yeah, I mean, this is the bottom, so yeah, we got these 2 bits. But if it pushes it down, this is null and void then. In fact, I'm just going to remove that just for a minute, and that. And just leave things like that a minute. Same again, if this is a break of a channel, it's not going to have a little break like that and push up. I can't see that myself. We have more than that. So I think this is likely to come down. I think this is more sideways than looking to go long just yet. It's funny, look at that. Great minds think alike. He's just posted that. 35 right now as a range. I think he's right. That to me is a little bit, it just doesn't fill me with confidence. Lag with an overshooting down up to the top. So we've come, depends on where you look at this really, but there is maybe a bit of support there, maybe a bit of a bounce. We've come back. Yeah, we haven't gone down here, but I think we will now. Liquidity there, you'd expect so. Channel break, 2 pushes to a new low, big strong buying off here. You like to think if that gets stopped out, a little bit of sideways picking up this channel, you think if that gets stopped out, it's going to hit that in a flash. Yeah, the only difference is Thomas Wade's got his break from here. Maybe that might be a better option. So he's got his break there. So we got a break. Mind you, if we got a break, Break there, 2 pushes up to a new high. I'll be surprised. Perhaps because it's sideways, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I think that's the safer option, to assume we've had a break and a new high, because this thing, let's say break, 2 pushes up to a new high, try to retest a few times and come down. So we're either going to maybe break below this and push up again and have something wider, or it may start to turn and we may get some downward stuff. Yeah, so it's eating up anything there. Mind you, depending on how you trade that, you may have your stops down here for that. See what happens. So we got a leg and a leg. I'm not looking to buy right on the bottom because of this, but it is clearly sideways now. Very easy to get stuck into that frame of mind that we're constantly looking to push up. It's not been an easy day today. The only one I've seen, the trouble is, if you look at that channel, that's an overshoot channel down with a break. It could come down. We've got this massive big vacant space here, so there's a couple of things there that I don't like about that. But there you go. Chinese takeaway tonight. Yes. I've just reminded me. I've just remembered. See, there is a possible. It's kind of showing a complete channel there without a break. Let me have a look. Touch, mind you, you could say there's a small break there, so I'm on the fence there, but let's see what this one looks like. Maybe. It doesn't actually fit that bad, really, does it? Touch. We've hit it with the nail, with the wick there, and here. Fits okay on the backside. Yeah, I'm good with that. You could say it's had a leg and a leg, but I don't think it matters. I won't be taking anything long off here because of this break. I want to see what it does underneath it first. I expect it to take out these lows here. And then see how it reacts. Often, as we know, we get a break at the top. Sometimes we'll get one at the bottom, but it depending on how you look at this. Depending on how you look at this, excuse me, this bigger channel is clearly losing momentum to this side, isn't it? So maybe, I don't know, maybe we got a bigger break. Maybe this is just, maybe it isn't. Maybe this is a break. I don't know. But we clearly seem to be going more like this, don't we? Clearly seem to be sort of working more that way. But it's just not clear because it's kind of curving, isn't it? We're not getting any sort of, not building up any real structure there. Yeah. How long I got left? 15 minutes. 16 or 17 minutes. And then I am blocked. So this is clearly sideways for me. Let's consider this a break. It's not still in the channel for this. I don't think so. If it is, then this is a break. So we could get a leg and a leg. It's hard to say. I mean, there is a possibility this channel could be widened to this. It kind of would work. Because I'll be surprised if we get a little break like that and then strut up to a new high. But I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. But even if we have a break here, even if this isn't, and this is the first break, I expect something like that. Aye. Oh, okay. So would I go short here? That chance. We have had a small break there. Well, that's arguable. Touch, small break, new low. But I wouldn't be thinking about going long here just yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing comes down a bit further first. Well, definitely hard to read today. I mean, it looks like a mess, doesn't it? Looks like bad scar tissue. It's kind of all over the place, isn't it, really? I mean, yeah, we're obviously going up, but it doesn't. We tend to either have a good strong push or we're ended up in this crap. It's all over the place, isn't it? Chop, 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 and then a strong push up, then more chop, then a push up, then more chop, then another strong push up, and it's just all over the place. Is that a channel? Big break, 2 pushes back up. It's all over the place today. All over the place. How long have I got? 10 minutes. Okay, channel with a break. Still not really ready to go long. I mean, we kind of are pushing off at the bottoms, but I don't know. It's just you can chop you up here at the moment. Surprised this is as low as we've got after this. Is there something larger? I really can't see it, to be honest with you. It's so hard today, isn't it? Unless we're just it's turning into more of just a bloody big range and we're going to come down. I got no idea. That just ain't going to work, is it? That's a damn mess. So, I think my best bet is, this is coming down some more, is to change that. And that fits just as well, I think. That isn't much of a break. This is. So I consider this 2 legs down. Now, because we've had such a big, strong move up, I can see this doing a little bit more messing around like it did yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yeah. Or day before, I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. We came down, we made a couple of attempts, we came down for a second leg, we went a bit sideways, we eventually found a way up. So that's going to get stopped out, I think. How long have I got left? 6 minutes. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a dry day for me. I've got no problem with that. Great exercise and patience. Not a lot today. ATR is definitely coming down. That's a bonus. It's floating around the 3.5 at the moment. I suppose it'll take a few days. So we've got a trend down with a small break. So probably going to go higher, isn't it, up to the tops? I would have suggested. Trouble is, it's too late to go long really now, isn't it? We're that far up. We're nearly at the top already. We're only a few points away. So I am done for today, folks. I appreciate all your comments. It's been a slow day today. It's been a fair amount of volume, but it's just so choppy. It's been hard to read at times. We've been messing around with different channels here and there. But it happens sometimes. But I think that's the key. If you can retain your patience when it's like this, I think you'll do all right. But it's so random, isn't it? It's shooting off in that direction, then off in this direction. It's, really messy, isn't it? So there you go. I'm done for the day. So if you're trading, if you carry on trading, best of luck. I hope you get a setup. Failing that, Friday tomorrow we'll be back and we'll do it all again. So have a great evening, guys. Stay safe and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.